Welcome to Tamer Bowling Video Ball Reviews.
We need your support, so if you like what we do, please support us by joining our Patreon page.
Visit our partner pureatbowling.com and use the special code TAMER when making a purchase to be entered into a monthly drawing. I want to thank Limerick Bowl for their support. If you're in the area, don't forget to visit Limerick Bowl in Limerick, Pennsylvania.
Hey Tamer Bowling fans, today we have the Hammer Web Pearl we're testing on 40-foot medium house shot and the 39-foot Kegel Winding Road pattern. First impressions, I really like the way this ball rolls. This spheroid core is just about a stalwart. For value, we gave the ball a B. It's in the upper mid performance line and seems worth the bucks to me. It's going to be usable on many medium conditions. Overall, we gave it a B on house, B on sport. I'll start with the core. I do love the shape this core creates. This spheroid has been around for a bit, going back to 2014 with the Badass and Bad Intentions, then the Rhodman balls, now the Web balls. Bottom line is this is a benchmark shape that I believe will stay around for a while, like the inverted FE2 or the V2 core. It has that length, rounded mid-lane shape, and boom down lane. This fits in with balls like the Rhodman Pearl or GB3 Pearl in terms of reaction shape. I would say it's not quite as strong in the roll phase, but that should give you an idea. Alternatively, watch how often the Rhodman Pearl was thrown on the PBA and PWBA tour, and you'll get an idea of how good this core is. Ultimately, this so-called boomy move is one of my favorite rolls. Basically, when it starts to hook, it all kinds of blurs into this continuous motion that keeps going. The one frustration for me, I would say, a little bit is the finicky reaction from the factory shine. We had a similar situation with the Rhodman Pearl. It seems ideal to crack that factory polish and just get a more consistent reaction down lane. With the factory polish on the house shot shape, you sometimes lose drive down lane. So house shots don't have a clean break to dry boards like sport shots do. Compared to the Rhodman Pearl, overall ball reaction shape is almost indistinguishable. My assumption is this will inevitably retire the Rhodman Pearl. James was up next, and the Web Pearl just seems to always get to the pocket. He sees the same rounded, boomy shape I described. The Aggression Pearl cover stock is strong but clean. The length, though, is a byproduct of the house shot wall shape where there's lots of oil inside 10. So that heavier oil in the middle of the lane allows the ball to get down lane, and the Web Pearl's booming but relatively smooth down lane. So again, even for James, I believe cracking that factory shine will help the Web Pearl drive more. I would just like to see the ball finishing a bit more through the 8-9 with less deflection. Essentially, your ball track shape is akin to that rounded core shape. Finally, Bryan, and as he saw with the Rhodman Pearl, the Web Pearl just seems like it's not enough ball for him. His normal house track around 10 to 8 just didn't seem to shape much. It looks fine and then doesn't do much down lane for him. And with that said, he made an adjustment to use more of the outside friction, so he started pushing the ball 9 at the arrows to 5 at the break point, and all of a sudden the Web Pearl really lit up for him. Now he saw the good drive through the pins. He was just surprised how weak it seemed to play for him. I think this is a smooth core that doesn't give more than it gets. I mean, I think it just matches the bowler's style and strength. So, I mean, essentially that makes it reliable, and for Bryan it makes it a weak ball. The Rhodman Pearl was pretty close with a little rounder move, but that's because he did crack the polish on it. For the sport shot, we're on the 39-foot Kegel Winding Road pattern, and what this ball can do is probably more obvious on the sport shot. I found the shot 19 to 9. That's fairly deep from the left side. The ball here is angular but smooth. However, now you get the ball starting up earlier because the cover's not weak and it sees friction and starts to dig in. I just kept working my way in until I found the amount of oil I needed. For James, the Web Pearl was an okay look, but I would say maybe on the over-under side. The pattern needs to be broken down a bit, as the ball's relatively quick off the dry even while it appears smooth. So if you're not precise, it overhooks, and if you try to push it, you push it straight through the break point. Bryan felt like it was a bit of a struggle. From more direct, it was too strong. He opened up 2 boards and it wasn't strong enough. He found a decent shot, 11 to 7, so again, using the friction, but yeah, he felt a little trapped. Final thoughts, I believe the Web Pearl will be a successful ball. It's got the makings of what we know works with the spheroid core and the Aggression Pearl cover stock. If I didn't know that taking the polish off would make this ball good, I might have been worried. However, with this more or less replacing the venerable Rhodman Pearl, I imagine the Web Pearl is going to get some love.
Happy to tell you the one Tamer Bowling Ball reviews.